What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another update video. I was actually planning on going live today, but Arteta's press conference that we thought was going to be at 1:30, it didn't happen till 4 o'clock, so it kind of messed up the schedule. They didn't let us know what time the press conference was going to be, so I've thrown out an update and we'll delve into details. Big up everyone locked in. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hype up the video afterwards, man. It helps. Yeah, you just click that hype button, and yeah, you guys know what to do anyway. Listen, the breaking news that's coming out of the press conference, people, is that Arsenal are going to have a couple of big names out of tomorrow's game against Brighton. That is Gabriel Martinelli and also William Saliba, people. Gabriel Martinelli and William Saliba are ruled out of tomorrow's game against Brighton. The quotes from Mikel Arteta. He said, with Saliba, he will not feature in tomorrow's game. He said, Declan Rice and Calafiori are fine. With Saka, he will be okay. Martinelli appears that the game tomorrow, he will not be available. So Saliba and Martinelli ruled out. Now, in the short term, it's not the end of the world. Saliba, for me, shouldn't have played any part in that game tomorrow anyway. Martinelli, I would have probably had him involved somewhere because him and Trossard have rotated a lot. And I think we've got to be mindful of the fact that what if Brighton turn up with a full strength 11? We still got to have a strong team on that pitch. I'm more thinking ahead. What is the issue with Saliba? We know that Saliba has had ankle ligament issues earlier in the season at Liverpool. Arteta doesn't delve into detail. He doesn't give any time frame. He doesn't say what injury it is in the press conference. He just says Saliba is out. So let's hope going into the weekend and beyond that we will be okay without seeming a little bit overconfident. Burnley, Slavia Prague, and Sunderland are the three games up until the international break. I would think with Mosquera and Nkapia that we would be strong enough if Saliba is out. But it's not good. You know, Martinelli limped off at the end of the game. Again, he doesn't go into any details about what the injury is, but just says that he isn't available ahead of the game tomorrow against Brighton. I'm just hoping that from Brighton's point of view, they've just lost to Manchester United. They've got a few older players, should I say. You know, the likes of James Milner, Danny Welbeck. Will they use it as an opportunity to rotate? But then if you are Brighton, they're not in Europe. Why would you rotate? Why wouldn't they try and win a trophy? I can't remember Brighton winning a trophy for a long, long time, unless you're talking about lower division. So it'll be very interesting with the team selection and what they go with. And, you know, we are going to need to rotate. We've got a lot of games coming up. In terms of the team selection, here's one I made earlier, people. This is the 11 that I would probably go with. We can talk about one or two things. Get in the comments, let me know what you agree or disagree with. I've gone with this. So Kepa in goal. And I've changed the whole back four. So Ben White at right back, Mosquera at centre back next to Nkapia, with Lewis Skelly at left back. I mean, that is a whole new back five, goalkeeper and back four. And I'd still be very confident with that. Ben White's a £50 million right back. Lewis Skelly was fantastic last season. Nkapia is going to cost 45 million obligation to buy. Mosquera has been fantastic since joining the club. A lot of confidence in that. We've come a long way, people, from the days of, well, there's a lot of centre-backs I could name. Go back and check out the Arsenal best and worst 11 video that I did during the last international break. We spoke about a lot of centre-backs. In midfield, this was a tough one to weigh up, but I'm going with Norgard and Zubimendi. I think Rice needs the break more out of the two centre mids. You could rest Zubimendi as well, but I think we've got to have a little bit of experience in there. Zubimendi on the ball next to Norgard. I think that's a solid midfield still. Weighing this up, I was thinking maybe we could have played Nwaneri central and played Max Dowman on the right. But I'm going to go with this. You guys let me know what you would go with. So I'm going to go with Norgard, Zubimendi, and I would keep Eze in the attacking midfield role. Hasn't started every game this season. I don't think there's a desperate need to rest Eze. I think Eze can start this game. Listen, if you're winning comfortably, hopefully later on in the second half, feel free to take him off. But we need quality. We need people who can create and score goals. And I would play Eze in the 10. Trossard on the left. I mean, we're just short of options there. Madueke's out, Saka's out, Martinelli's out. Saka's not out, sorry. Saka is available, but I wouldn't play Saka. Martinelli is out and Madueke is out. So stick with Trossard on the left. He played for Brighton. He'll be motivated against his former club. He hasn't started every week. Not desperate for a break, really. Ethan Nwaneri on the right. I know apparently when he signed his new deal, one of the things was he wanted to play attacking midfield. I think for this game, I would play him on the right. As I said, how you could maybe change it, if you wanted to rest Zubimendi, you could put Nwaneri into a central role and maybe put Max Dowman on the right. We are short of options in attack. That's what I would go for anyway. I think that's still a very good 3 attacking midfielders behind the striker. And I've changed the striker. Again, some of you may not agree with this. Gyökeres could do with a goal. He played for Brighton, so he'll be motivated to play against them as well. But I just think at the moment we don't have a lot of rotation up front. And maybe a little break will do him good. Bring him on if you need him for the last 20 minutes. But I think, you know, he's played a lot of football in a short period of time with no real cover. I would give Gyökeres a rest and play Marino up top. Marino played home and away against Real Madrid last year, and we beat them home and away. I actually think he's a very good finisher, and his link-up play is good up front. So that would be the 11 that I would go for. What would you change in that 11? We just don't have a lot of squad depth in certain areas of the pitch. I still think we're a centre midfielder short, to be honest. But I think Declan Rice, Timber, Gabriel, Saliba, these guys in particular need a rest. And in terms of like Timber and people like that, I would like to see them not even on the bench, to be honest. But, you know, I think you need a complete rest sometimes. Stay at home, stay warm, watch the game, relax. If you go to the game, you've still got to do the warm-up, you've still got to stretch, you may have to do running after the game. I think a few of the boys need an actual night off. I think that team is still strong enough to beat Brighton. You can keep Gyökeres in reserve, you know, and one or two others. I'm sure he'll have Saka on the bench, even though I'm not so sure I would. But he seems to, when Saka's fit, he is involved, people. I've spoken before, by the way, about the Carabao Cup and how much I want Arsenal to win this competition. Some people think, well, you know, it's not the priority. It's not. I just think when you're a team that has struggled to win trophies, you can use this competition as a springboard. Go and win it in March and then go and win the title in May. Get over that hurdle of winning another trophy. There's a lot of players in this Arsenal team that have not won silverware in an Arsenal shirt. We are in the last 16. This is the quarterfinals after this. Grimsby against Brentford, Wycombe, Fulham, Wrexham, Cardiff. That'll be a feisty game, Welsh derby. Swansea against Man City, Arsenal against Brighton, Liverpool, Palace, Wolves, Chelsea, Newcastle, Tottenham. There's a few all Premier League ties there. So, you know, Liverpool, Palace, Wolves, Chelsea, Newcastle, Tottenham. Obviously, we play Brighton. At least 4 Premier League sides are going to be knocked out at this stage going into the quarterfinals. So you get through this quarterfinal, semi-final, you're at Wembley. So listen, I really hope Arsenal get the business done in this game. I've predicted a 2-1 win just because with the rotation, I'm not so sure how Brighton are going to set up, how strong they're going to go. Obviously, I hope it's a lot more comfortable than that. The Danny Welbeck derby, the Ben White derby, the Trossard derby, and hopefully we will go through to the next round. I believe it goes straight to penalties if you're drawing after 90 minutes. I think they've scrapped extra time at this stage in the competition. So, I mean, you don't really want to be going to penalties either. It's a bit of a look of the draw there. But yeah, I'm going to go for a 2-1 win. Let me know in the comments what you think, and appreciate everyone tuning in. Hit the like button and subscribe. And I will see you all for the watch along. 7:45 p.m. kickoff, 6:45 we'll be live, people. Bless.